You have to stop allowing your excuses to destroy your effort. The only way to truly elevate and win is to be persistent. This chapter gives you specific instructions on how to continue in the face of adversity. This is chapter 9, Think and Grow Rich, Persistence. Welcome back to another virtual reading here at ABH. We are currently reading and summarize Think and Grow Rich. In our last video, we covered chapter 8, Decision. Feel free to watch that and catch up on the other chapters. Chapter 9 talks about the importance of persistence and how you cannot achieve without it. So let's get to it. The basis of persistence is the power of will. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. Men who accumulate great fortunes are generally known as cold-blooded and sometimes ruthless. Often they are misunderstood. What they have is willpower, which they mix with persistence and place back of their desires to ensure the attainment of their objectives. There may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence, but the quality is to the character of a man what carbon is to steel. The lack of persistence is a weakness which may be overcome by effort. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Weak desires bring weak results, just as a small amount of fire makes a small amount of heat. If you find yourself lacking in persistence, this weakness may be remedied by building a stronger fire under your desires. This is just another step of the importance of getting to where you want to go. And I can use myself as an example. This is something that I'm getting better at, but this is something that I definitely have to work on. You have to be able to continue through adversity. While some may think adversity is like the extreme things, like, oh, you lose your house, you lose your job, or you lose a loved one or something. Like, sure, those are hard things that across the board everybody has to learn to work through. But it's the little things that keeps us from achieving what we want. It's doing it day to day when maybe you woke up with a headache, when maybe if you have kids, they haven't given you the time that you think you need to do something, or maybe you're tired, or maybe you haven't been as successful in the space that you've been in and you're just not motivated to do so. One of the main things I tell myself this year when it comes to this content creating is do not stop. Don't stop. Put out the videos. They don't do numbers. Put out more videos. At the same time, try to make it look better. Try to write better. Try to market it better, but do not stop. And in my case, I had twins this year. I have 3 under 3. You can only imagine how that was. And I'm still finding a way to put out the content because I understand the importance of continuing to show up and continuing to, put that effort out. That's the only way you're going to get to the next level. I love when the book has lines like this. I highlight them because they're simple, but they stick, right? It says, poverty consciousness will voluntarily seize the mind which is not occupied with the money consciousness. If you're not occupying your mind actively with getting money, with succeeding, with success, poverty will just settle right on in. And what that tells me, what I take from it is like, yeah, that makes sense, but it tells you a dormant mind is under attack. So if you're not waking up every day, it could be money, it could be success, it could be whatever it is to achieve, to be great, to feel like you're moving to the next level, whatever that looks like in your space. But if you're just waking up and the mind isn't even being thought of, you're not training it, you're not using it, you're not trying to achieve things, then the other thing is going to take over, and that's going to become what you think is your reality. Be persistent no matter how slowly you may at first have to move. Everybody wants things to happen quick, and I always compare it to the gym. The gym will humble you. It's going to show you who is consistent and who's not. But one thing I learned was it's a day-by-day process. I wanted to get the 2 plates. I couldn't bench 2 plates. I remember the time I couldn't bench 1 plate. Like, it taught me to be patient and to understand that if you stick to the process, you will get the results. I can lift 2 plates. I couldn't, and then I could. There is no substitute for persistence. It cannot be supplanted by any other quality. Those who have cultivated the habit of persistence seem to enjoy insurance against failure. If one does not possess persistence, one does not achieve noteworthy success in any calling. Persistence is a state of mind. These are a few things that will help you remain persistent. Have a definiteness of purpose, have desire, self-reliance, definiteness of plans, accurate knowledge, cooperation, willpower, and a good habit. And then on the flip side, these are the qualities that you lack that will go against you having persistence. Failure to recognize and to clearly define exactly what one wants, procrastination, lack of interest in acquiring specialized knowledge, indecision, the habit of relying upon alibis instead of creating definite plans for the solution of problems, self-satisfaction, indifference, the habit of blaming others, weakness or desire, willingness, even eagerness to quit at the first sign of defeat, lack of organized plans, the habit of neglecting to move on ideas, wishing instead of willing, and so forth and so on. What the book is saying is look at that, the pros and the cons, and see what you have and see what you don't. So you look at what it takes to be persistent. Oh, I do that. Oh, I don't do that. I don't do that. I should do that. I can do that. I could do that. And then you look at what it is to not be persistent and you go, oh shit, I do that. Oh damn, I do that too. And it's saying take a real look. That's what the book says. Basically, don't be biased. You by yourself. Nobody has to know. But that's the only way you're going to truly understand what it means to be persistent, is to identify what's stopping you or what you're already doing. A lot of people lack accountability. A lot of people lie to themselves, and it makes them feel good and they can sleep at night. But when you find yourself trying to get certain results and you can't get it, eventually you got to be truthful with yourself. The time to nurse an idea is at the time of its birth. Every minute it lives gives it a better chance of surviving. And then they give you 4 steps on how to develop persistence. 1, a definite purpose backed by burning desire for its fulfillment. 2, a definite plan expressed in continuous action. 3, a mind closed tightly against all negative and discouraging influences, including negative suggestions of relatives, friends, and acquaintances. And 4, a friendly alliance with one or more persons who will encourage one to follow through with both plan and purpose. Some of these videos y'all see me make, I cut them up, and in between, my daughter's in here running around talking, and I just kind of pause, let her get her thing, shush her, come back, record. Like, I'm figuring that out with my life, that with kids and being a full-time father, there's no perfect time. There's no time like it used to be, like, oh, I'm gonna put aside these hours. There's nothing like that. You either gotta get it in or you do not. You wake up that next day, you either did something or you didn't. It's very simple. Like, it's not, oh, my twins are up at 3 a.m. I have every excuse to not do absolutely nothing. I promise you, I get no sleep. You know what I'm saying? Love my kids though. But it's that type of attitude that once you accept that, once you tell yourself, forget all those excuses, none of that. What's next? Okay, this is what I gotta do. This is what I have to do. Once you get to that point, then you can start being honest with yourself. Then you can start making room in your life for those things. And then you start realizing, okay, the reason why I probably can't do what I want to do is because I'm obligated to stuff that I don't care about. That's when you start looking at your friendships, your families, your time spent, television, all this, the binge watching, doom scrolling. You start going, wait a minute, maybe I can make some time if I get rid of that. Stop doing that. Stop going. Then the brain's working. Now you're figuring out a true, definite way to get to your goal. That's persistence. Again, thank you for watching, listening. This is Watch Julian on YouTube. Shouts out to everybody. Subscribe. Be sure to subscribe, follow. I post hella content. I got my vlogs going right now. Chris Brown, Beyonce, concerts, LA, all that cool stuff. Try to keep it balanced on the channel. TikTok, Watch Julian. And I will see y'all at the next episode. I'm out of here. Peace.